Right. I don't normally do this, as you can see. I want you to see that more than I want you to fucking see me. But I feel that I want to do it this way. Anyway, uh, this is about one Brad Jones, known as the Cinema Snob, a content creator I have been familiar with for almost over a decade now, and who I've, up until recently, have been subscribing to on YouTube. Now, Brad is not the most on fire personality anymore when it comes to the movie review community. I mean, it's confident you can say he's a generation behind, but out of a loyalty and admittedly a nostalgia trip over a guy who pisses on nostalgia, I followed him because you know that's what I do. Now, of course, you probably can realise why I've done this regarding recent events about 2 or 3 days ago. And you can look that up if you want under Brad Jones Change the Channel. Now, I was ignoring Brad Jones's involvement with Change the Channel mainly because I have not really ever been into Doug Walker's work, and so I easily thought, fuck him, right? But something about Brad Jones, mainly because of the kind of content he produces, is my bag. And a guy with his kind of following and his kind of internet lineage, his online presence, does not review films like this. I mean, other people do on occasion, but no one is specifically has built their name upon old exploitation film reviews like Brad. It's maybe Brandon's cult reviews, but you know. Anywho, even though that he's done some good recent content with his Christian movie reviews, and of course whenever he reviews something old, it's always fun. But right now, this Change the Channel controversy has gotten real sour, and I believe he's shown his hand at where it's fucking hard to really describe. It's because there's a lot of hearsay, he said, she said, but we've got to admit now that the evidence is surely on the side of CTC and not CA. CA is shown through their own actions and through more than valid testimonies that they are the shitbags that the CTC prognators, for lack of a better word, have told them to have said they are. So what I'm saying basically is that Brad Jones is tanking hard on the fact that Doug Walker and his little cartel are not the shady businessmen that his supposed friends are saying they are. And that's a pretty bad look, and that shows a lot of his character, I think, and a lot of his character that I do not approve of. I feel that this is an admittance of a cynical outlook and, you know, a bit of misguided loyalty, which ironically was probably one of the reasons why I subscribed to him for so long now, because I wanted to roll back the clock, you know. So it became too deliciously ironic for me, the relationship with me and his content, to think that I'm going to unsub from him. The reason why I'm making a song and dance about this, though, is for one of two reasons. One, I've gone back to his old reviews, and like the video quality is shit. So that means I'm a real fan, which I never thought I was, of any kind of content creator. But I am because it's a part of my adolescence, my adolescent upbringing, as it were. So it was difficult for me to make this decision, because I'm thinking, like, it's such a part of me, you know, thinking like, what does that say? And I don't want to be, you know, I don't like drama, and I don't like it because it shows everyone up to be like pond scum. Like, they don't, where do the loyalties lie? Where's the integrity? You know, just because they said something being revealed, now this fucking guy who you've been looking at and admiring for years, now you turn on him. And I'm thinking that is a bit, that I thought that to be shallow. But at the point, this integrity, as it were, starts to just become chauvinism. And this new revelation of Brad's character, upon aspects of Brad's character, has confirmed that if I keep going on like this, it's just going to be chauvinistic, and I myself are going to be tanking from the notion that he's done nothing wrong. Doug's done wrong, and Brad's done wrong now, and that shit can't fly anymore. So unsubbed. And second of all, this whole swatting incident is, and you know what I'm talking about, this whole swatting incident is an incredibly antisocial act. It's borderline harassment. It is practically harassment, but it is fucking harassment. And whether or not it was meant to coincide with the funeral in question, it's still incredibly shitty, the whole scenario. Incidents like this, little pranks, do not help a social media movement such as CTC. And I don't know who's going to see this, and I don't know, and I sure as hell know that very little are going to be influenced by this, because it's not a rah-rah opinion. But this swatting shit and this whole death threat bollocks, it's got to stop, because it hurts the movement, and it hurts sorry, big words. It hurts the validation of these testimonies, and it only helps Channel Awesome. And if you're doing it in a anti-Channel Awesome kind of way, then you're an idiot, and cut that shit out. Okay? Antisocial acts do not help social media movements. The key is in that word, social. So don't be a fucking idiot, and think about what you're doing. Bye.